Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy Jamong here, back again with another video, and today we're going over the best sneakers of 2024. Alright y'all, so before I start today's video, if you guys have not checked out my most recent video where I did my review on the Asics Marvel GT2160s in the Venom colorway, make sure to go check that out afterwards. I think it could definitely use a lot more love. And I know that in that video I said I'd be doing the Spider-Man review right afterwards, which comes with the pack. However, because I want to make sure that I'm getting all these top 10 videos in before the end of the year, I'm going to be pushing that a little bit back, so we're going to see that in like a couple of weeks. I apologize for the delay, but today we're going to be going over the best sneakers, the top 10 sneakers of 2024 in my own opinion. Now 2024 has been a pretty good year for sneakers. I think there has been a lot that has released, and there haven't been too much that's like too bad. I actually think that there's a lot that people can choose from when it comes to buying a sneaker for themselves. I think the only problem is that a lot of consumers have to be careful how much they're buying, because so much is available, and if they don't control themselves, then they're gonna spend way too much money and have an over surplus of sneakers. Like personally for me, I had to control myself and tell myself that there were some sneakers that I just didn't need. I mean, there was a lot of nostalgia this year, a lot of sneakers that came back from the past, a lot of new colorways, but at the end of the day, it was basically asking myself, do I need this? However, for today's video, I comprised a list of 10 sneakers, ones that I own and others that I don't own. Basically all of these just being the sneakers that drove the sneaker culture this year in 2024. So usually when I do a top 10 list, these videos are typically a little longer. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and let's get into the top 10 best sneakers of 2024. Let's hop into it. All right, so coming in number 10 on this list is a new iteration to an already popular sneaker silhouette, and this is the Jordan 4 RMs. So earlier this year, I believe we saw the first couple of colorways in this sneaker silhouette with the collaboration of Nigel Sylvester. So we first saw a green colorway and a black colorway, and then after that, we saw a little more general release colorways come out. Personally for me, my favorite colorway was neither of these collaboration colors. I thought that the Bone Fossil colorway was the best one that we saw. Now this sneaker just gives me Fear of God vibes, and I just love the cream on the sneaker with the aged black. I'm surprised that this sneaker did not sell out faster than it did. I don't know if they're still sitting on shelves now, but this is definitely a really clean colorway to have. Not to mention that the Jordan 4 RMs is a new take on the Jordan 4s, basically more of a lifestyle sneaker, and I like that a whole lot. I don't know if I'm ever gonna own a pair of RMs, but I definitely like this is what they did to the Jordan 4s. It's kind of like a Jordan 4 low, something we've never seen before, and it's a lot easier to wear and it's not as puffy. Nevertheless, I'm sure that if you go to Nike and you look for the Jordan 4 RMs, you're probably going to find at least one colorway sitting on shelves, and that's just how affordable they are right now. So closing in at number 10, we do have the Jordan 4 RMs. Personally for me, I am a big fan of this Fossil colorway. All right, moving over to number 9 on this list is relatively a newish sneaker brand that has been taking the sneaker market by storm, and I gotta give it to the On Cloud Monsters. Now, it doesn't matter if you are a fan of the brand or not, On has just been one of the most popular sneaker brands in the year 2024. This year, I've seen so many people just owning a new pair of Ons, and I love how the Cloud Monsters look. I feel like this looks very comfortable. One thing I love about the Ons is that when I'm seeing people walking them, I literally see that the midsoles is sinking into the ground, and I can tell that there is a lot of responsiveness in the shoe. I think 2024 is all about comfort these days, and I think that On as a sneaker brand is one of the greatest examples of this. I think personally for me, I'm really into the mainstream sneaker brands such as Nike or New Balance, but I think in the future, I'm gonna have to give On a try just because all their sneakers, not just the Cloud Monsters, look very, very comfortable, and I wanna see what this is all about. So coming in number 9, we do have the On Cloud Monsters, but just On as an overall brand has been one of the best sneaker brands this year. All right, moving over to number 8 on this list, in my personal opinion, I gotta give this one to a specific basketball silhouette. Now, I don't really watch basketball anymore. However, I do know that this sneaker is one of the most played in sneakers in the NBA, and this gotta be the Sabrina 2s. And of course, the one I have in my hand right now is the Conductor colorway. And let me just say, this pair is just beautiful, y'all. Now, this pair was a very low-key drop. It released on Nike and not on sneakers, but on release day, I went for these because these were sitting for a bit. And I just think that the Sabrina 2s are one of the best sneakers to play ball in, especially if you find yourself playing indoor basketball a lot. This is a great sneaker because the traction on the Sabrina 2s is insane. Now, again, I don't really watch the NBA, but I believe Sabrina Ionescu is one of the best players in the WNBA right now, and her sneakers are basically one of the best basketball sneakers to play in this sport. Now, there are so many different colorways, but I think this one, not only was it one of the first, but I think it's honestly the best one. Now, if you guys are more interested in hearing more about the Conductor Sabrina 2s, make sure to go check out my video that I did on it a couple of months back, because that one definitely got a lot of love. So you guys should go check it out if you have not already. All right, moving on to number 7 in this list, we do have the Air Force Ones in the linen colorway. Now, for a lot of older sneakerheads, this one truly brings back a lot of nostalgia. Now, personally for me, when this first released in 2001, I was only 1 year old, so I don't really understand the hype behind it. And I believe this sneaker also re-released in 2016 with Kith. And this is the third iteration of the Air Force One linens that we are seeing. And for the first time, this sneaker is going under retail. Now, what once went for hundreds of dollars is now going for only $100, and you can get it so easily through StockX right now. Basically, it's going for about the same price as a general pair of white-on-white Air Forces. But nevertheless, this sneaker is truly beautiful. I mean, you have the tan and the pink that complement each other so well. This is basically the perfect summer shoe, but even in winter now, this is still a great shoe to own. The colorways on this sneaker basically remind me of a Neapolitan ice cream, and it's just a really appealing looking shoe to have. Not only do I think that this is number 7 on the best sneakers of 2024, I also think this is one of the most underrated sneakers that we have seen all year. I don't think that this sneaker should be sitting below retail. I think it should definitely be a lot more popular. However, I think 2024 has shown us that a sneaker does not have to sell out right away, or it doesn't have to resell for hundreds of dollars for it to be a banger sneaker of the year. All right, moving on to number 6 on this list is a sneaker that a lot of people are going to be surprised that I didn't end up putting on my top 5. However, I think there has just been a lot more better sneaker releases that we have seen throughout the year. This one, we do have the reimagined Jordan 4s in the bread colorway. This was definitely a sneaker that was really popular, especially in the beginning of the year. I almost forgot that this sneaker even released in 2024 because I believe it released so early on. I think it was like February. So yeah, like something that I completely forgot about. It's hard for me not to imagine the bread 4s just being in nubuck construction. I know a lot of people are gonna think that this is more wearable, it's more comfortable, but this look is just something that's really hard for me to unseen. And I will have to give credit where credit is due. So the reimagined Jordan 4s in the bread colorway definitely earns a spot on our top 10 lists. All right, moving on to number 5 on this list. Before I go over the specific sneaker, I want to talk about the overall collection of this collaboration, and we do have the A Ma Maniére While You Were Sleeping collection. Now this year I have owned the new While You Were Sleeping Jordan 3s in that black colorway. I haven't busted them out yet because I'm still trying to hold on to them. I don't know if I want to keep them just yet, but I don't even think that that was the best of the whole collection. Now this year, I think the While You Were Sleeping line has honestly killed it. We've seen so many different sneakers, from the Jordan 3s to the Jordan 4s, to the Air Force Ones, and then the Air Max 95s. All of them are really fire collaborations, and they come in this really nice colorway. But honestly, it's up for debate when thinking about which one is the best of them all. A lot of people will say that maybe the Jordan 3s are the best, maybe the Jordan 4s. Some will say that the Air Force Ones are a new take on the sneaker because instead of the Air on the midsole, we have the A Ma Maniére logo, and I honestly love that a lot. But in my opinion, I think that the best of them all has to be the Air Max 95s. And this is because I love that patchwork on the shoe with the different colorways on the upper. So we have some brown, some pink, some purple. All of it just kind of comes into one. Plus, I think this is the first time that we have seen A Ma Maniére do this with an Air Max sneaker. I gotta give this to something that looks so unique that we have not seen before. So yeah, overall, the While You Were Sleeping collection definitely earns a spot on my top 5 of the best sneakers of 2024. But I think the best of them all has to be the Air Max 95s. All right, moving on to number 4 on this list. Now, this one is a surprise that it is this high up on my list. At one point in the year, I said that this was the sneaker of the year. And honestly, it pains me to see this being a number 4, but this one is the Jordan 4s in the military blue colorway. So yeah, back in April, I got a W on these, and these were really easy to get. I feel like this definitely has to earn a spot on our top 5 just because this one was so accessible, so affordable, and right now I believe it's sitting around retail price on the resale market. People just could go into Foot Locker and get a pair, and it was so easy. Not only that, but this sneaker is so wearable. I mean, I just love the white with the little neutral blue to it. And a lot of people are complaining that it's not the same kind of blue as the 2012 version. However, it is more identical to the original pair that released back in 1988. And I like that a whole lot more. This sneaker is very wearable, very versatile, and I just think that this shoe is beautiful. I remember that when I got these sneakers, I said that this was the sneaker of the year. But honestly, after a few months, we saw so many other sneakers rolling in, and I don't think that this could be even in my top 3. So it is a bummer that this sneaker sits at number 4, but nevertheless, it is one of the best sneakers that we have seen all year, the Jordan 4s in the military blue colorway. By the way, all of these sneakers that I'm talking about that I have in hand, I have full reviews of them in the description down below. So if you guys are willing to check out any of my reviews, make sure to go do that afterwards. I feel like all of them were pretty successful. And if you guys are looking to buy the sneakers yourself, then I give a lot more insight on them. But moving on to number 3 in this list is a sneaker that you guys haven't seen just yet. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to have to push that review back a couple of weeks because I want this video to come out right away. So for the first time, you guys are going to see a sneak peek of this sneaker, and we do have the Kith Marvel A6 GT2160s in the Spider-Man colorway. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the sneaker because I am going to give a full review on them in the near future, but make sure you stay tuned for that. But basically, this sneaker is so beautiful. Like you guys saw in my previous video, I did buy the entire pack because it came with the Venoms, but I didn't end up keeping the Venoms because I wanted to split with another person. So that pair is long gone. I shipped them out to the seller, and I ended up keeping these for myself. Looking at the sneaker, isn't this beautiful? You have the white over to the red, and then the blue in the back. And anytime a sneaker does a collaboration with Spider-Man, you know, my favorite superhero of all time, I just go crazy. And this sneaker is so beautiful. I just love this one a lot. So make sure you guys stay tuned for my future review on this sneaker. It will come out in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much about this. But still, the Spider-Man GT2160s has earned a spot on our top 10 list. All right, moving over to the runner-up is a sneaker that I didn't even expect to own in 2024. But this was the best W that I got by far. And these are the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Lows in the medium olive colorway. Now, I have done a full review of the sneaker, and if you guys are interested in checking it out, make sure to go check it out afterwards. I'll have the link in the description down below. But just take a look at this sneaker. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? I have taken many L's on Travis Scott's in the past, and I finally got a W on this one. Now, at the time, I believe that I did get lucky because the night before they dropped, I made an 11/11 wish saying that I hope I would get a W, and the next day over, I got really lucky and I ended up getting these for retail. Now, in my opinion, when looking at all the different Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low colorways, I think that this is the second best colorway of them all, following the reverse mochas. You just have the olive that matches so well with the white, and then with the red accents on the back and tongue. Now, the sneaker didn't even come with cream laces. However, I swapped them out and they look so much better. And I think the best part about this colorway is that it's so affordable right now. It only resells for about 500 bucks. Now, I know that $500 is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but you're looking at other Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low sneakers that are reselling for $1,200 to $2,000. So given that this is in the 3 digits, this is very affordable. This is telling you that if you want this pair, make sure to get it while it still lasts, because this is going to be going up in price, and it is our number 2 spot on our list. And finally, at number 1, the sneaker of the year. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, this should be no surprise to you. I have been anticipating this sneaker since January, and I finally got them in November. We do have the Jordan 3s in the black cement colorway. In my opinion, this is the sneaker of the year. The Jordan 3 black cements are just so beautiful. And actually, before this year, I never really found the black cement Jordan 3s all that great. I know the sneaker is definitely iconic, but I've never really found black sneakers to be attractive. I don't know what got into me, because in the beginning of the year, before these even released, I began to think that this is something that I would wear. And when I got the news that they are restocking in November, I decided to wait for a new pair that I could get for retail. And on release date, I did get a W on these. They were actually a really easy W, and I believe that they were still sitting on shelves after a couple of days. This pair is just amazing. I mean, you can literally wear them with anything, even with my own outfit right now. Like, this looks pretty good. The Jordan 3s are just very iconic, and I'm so glad that they decided to bring this sneaker back this year. So yes, this is the number 1 sneaker of the year, the Jordan 3 black cements. All right, y'all, there we have it. Those are my top 10 best sneakers of 2024. Now, I would like to hear from you guys. What are your top 3 best sneakers of the year in your own opinion? Let me know in the comments down below, because I want to hear from you guys. I want your honest opinion. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button, because more will be on the way. Again, these are the best sneakers of 2024. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.